Boone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order the Eureka Springs Hospital Commission regular meeting on October 16th, 2023. We'll start out with a roll call.
Okay.
Just start on that end.
Cynthia Asbury, CFO.
Angie Shaw, CEO.
Sandy Martin, Commissioner.
Ken Turner, Chair.
Barbara Dix, Vice Chair.
Brian Byler, Commissioner.
Sharon Doremus, Commissioner.
Very good.
And Kate Dryer is
Yes.
on the phone.
I'm sorry, Kate. You can go ahead and say you're here.
I am here as
Nope.
your secretary.
Thank you, ma'am. We have a quorum, so we'll start out. Could I get a motion to approve the September 18th, 2023 minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Could I get a motion for the approval of the October 10th, 2023 special meeting minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay, those minutes are approved. We don't have any members of the public here today, so there won't be any public comments. Committee reports.
You got to approve the agenda for today.
Oh, thank you so much. I skipped right over that, didn't I? Thank you, Madam Secretary. I sent copies of the agenda to, I hoped everybody got them, but some people didn't, but I sent copies of the agenda out. You have a copy of the agenda in front of you. Are there any additions or comments regarding the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Could I have a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. The agenda is approved. Now, I'll say we don't have any public comments. We move to committee reports.
Not much new in marketing. We are going to rethink what we're doing now with the new designation and work on a new brochure. Sam had one in the works, but it featured inpatient services and things, so we're going to rework that. Other than that, everything's going well. She's been busy.
Finance committee has met on and off, but not a lot. I don't think there's really anything much to address. The administrative side of that, we have gotten, we either have or are in the process of getting some of the IT issues that we had addressed. But other than that, I don't think we have anything further. Hospital expansion. In lieu of the decision that we made at our meeting on October 10th, I have been in contact with the architect. I haven't given them the go-ahead yet, but I think probably once we get the application filed and everything underway, we'll have them do a relook at the hospital plans themselves. Keeping in mind Kate's comments from the meeting about we may not want to dramatically downsize the hospital, but just look at different ways of utilizing the space that will probably reduce the cost of the space, at least in the short term. I'm getting an inkling that the governor's office may be rolling over a little bit, but we don't know that. We don't know what the interplay, since we've gotten so much pressure from the state on making this change, I have no idea whether that's had any impact on that or not. I do intend to call the governor's representative again and let him know that that's underway, and we think it's a good move. So we'll see if we can't bounce some stuff off. I'm not really discouraged at this point, even if we will get nothing out of Washington D.C. right now.
Nobody is.
Primarily because we don't have a Speaker of the House, but even if we did have a Speaker of the House, there are other, as everybody knows, there are other pressing matters that they're not going to pay much attention to us for a while. So we may have to wait a year or so to see this thing to fruition, because once we get into January of 2024, there's not going to be much happen at all with the elections going on. So, and that's going to be an interesting time in our life. But we'll live through that. Hopefully, maybe we can get something done with the state in the meantime. So, the good news is they're not doing anything else to cut funds anymore. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's positive.
Angie, CEO report.
I did hand out copies there to everybody. We'll just kind of skim through it. I just wanted to point out that the new COVID vaccine I reported on last month is being shipped out to pharmacies. However, the hospital is not getting an allotment. If you are interested in getting that, then you have to go through your pharmacist at this point. Clinical services. For the month of September, we saw 298 patients through the ER. 17 of those were admitted, 28 transferred out to a higher level of care. This was an increase compared to last month as well as of September of 2022. On a good note, our ER director and case manager attended the state's annual stroke conference in Hot Springs the last week of September, and our hospital did receive multiple awards for our dedication to the stroke program and community education.
Excellent.
The ESS-ER Physicians Group did start on October 1st as planned. The transition has gone well. We have received nothing but positive feedback from patients that have used our services since they took over. Business operations, the transition to Cerner continues. Last week we had what they call the workflow and integration training that involved all of us, including all of the department directors. It was well received, a lot of education, and each department will now continue meeting with their Cerner transition team to make sure their area is ready for that transition in April. I know we have some more training where we actually train the staff coming up in December as well. And the REH designation application, it has been completed. We have not submitted it at this time. We're waiting on a final note regarding CMS. Once we receive that, then we will follow through with the application and submitting it. We also completed the sustainability plan, and that's through the Arkansas Rural Hospital Sustainability Program. They are overseeing the ARPA funds and any grant money that may come to us. As I get updates on both of these, I'll just keep you all informed. And we just want to thank the Commission for your support with this process, especially having the meeting last week. I know it was definitely kind of last minute. Facility operations, I know I reported last month regarding the generator transfer panel. That has been received and is working. So no more manual transfer of the generator when the power goes out. So that is working well. The flooring, they've started to update the flooring in the nursing halls. We're hoping that all of that flooring will be completed here in the next couple of weeks. It has been a long road, and I'm ready to see the flooring done. And maintenance did do a complete update to the physician's lounge. The new flooring was put in there, paint and so forth, giving it a more modern and comfortable appearance for them to use. So I feel that they appreciate it. So we did invest in some new furniture in there. So I did attach the marketing report. I know it's all for your review. There's just a couple of things to touch point on, and that's on the back of it. Just some upcoming things that are coming up, with the hospital being on that upper loop. Halloween is a big deal for us, so we are getting ready for that for Halloween night. We usually gather candy from staff and so forth. So we're ready for that. The crowds get pretty big. It's always a fun time there. And then prior to Halloween, on the 28th, Joy and Samantha will be attending the Safety Spectacular, which is held in Springdale. This will be the second annual one that's put on by the trauma program, and it allows us to be involved and educate the community regarding stroke and trauma both. I think that's about it that I have.
Questions for Angie? I will note regarding the COVID vaccines that I heard today that both manufacturers of the COVID vaccine had to dramatically reduce their earnings for the year, and it's all as a result of dropped COVID medical sales.
Coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Thanks, Angie. CFO report. Cynthia.
Okay, so the first page is past the cover sheet is our bank account balances. I'm reflecting to the previous month. Kind of see there, the biggest thing is that I notated down there, we had to transfer $145,000 from the commission to the hospital operating to cover expenses for the month of September. And on a note, we've already, this month, just in half the month of October, we've already transferred about $200,000, again, just to cover day-to-day payroll and operations on that. The next page is our revenue usage summary for the hospital. Kind of, I mean, the stats are kind of what we kind of seen. I mean, our inpatient services was down significantly in the month of September. I mean, overall radiology was down a little bit. Lab has seen a decline in lab services as well. PT did have an increase in visits for the month of September compared to what we'd been seeing. But overall, we did have the decrease for September over October was down about 8%. So hopefully with some of these changes, we'll be moving to more positive. So the next page is our income statement. Just again, looking at our revenue inpatient-wise was down significantly in September compared to even the previous year. Our outpatient has remained about the same. So did have a good chunk of bad debt on there for the month of September as well. Again, we're just trying to clean up accounts and get things ready for the Cerner transition. And then overall, we did have a loss of about $146,000 for the month of September, so.
It's better than 256,000.
Yeah, it's less.
Yes.
So are we having a pull from the money market pretty regular down in order to?
Yes, yeah, month after, yeah, pretty regularly since June, so,
Outpatient for the year, though, is up by about 300,000.
yeah. And then the last page there is our balance sheet, which shows just our cash, our assets, the plant, property, and equipment, kind of with the amortization, and our leases, so. And again, we're still waiting on our Forvis audit to be finalized, because once that's done, we will update the balance sheet to reflect the changes that they have made suggestions on, so. And that is all I have.
Yeah, auditor suggestions are not really suggestions.
Yeah.
Any questions for Cynthia? Okay. Angie gave us an update on Cerner. Is there anything that we need to talk about on Cerner? I know you all have been really, really busy with it,
Yes.
which is
Yes, last week was
what
very
I always
busy.
told people when you do conversions.
Yes.
But it's not going to take a whole year, maybe.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
No,
It's going
last-
well, let's,
I think it's going well, and, we did, like I said, last week was probably our most intense week that we've had, so, and it's just ramping up to make sure that we're ready for the training in
Is
December.
Cerner happy with our progress?
yes, yeah, I'd say.
I think so.
They would be extending the date. Are we still on April?
Just still on track, yes.
They'd be extending the date out if they weren't, so.
Yes.
that-
We meet with them at least once a week. They keep us on track. So,
Okay. Commission comments? Sharon?
No comments.
No comment.
No comment.
Kate?
Yes, sir. Would you please ask the film crew when they expect to get the meeting uploaded to YouTube? Thank you.
Okay.
About 20 minutes after we're done. He'll do it tonight.
Oh,
Yes.
that's exceptional. Thank you.
He is exceptional. I asked before the meeting.
Sandy?
Nope, I'm pleased with our decision to change the designation. I think that is a wise and prudent decision for the hospital at this time.
That's the only thing I was going to comment on.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, that's perfectly all right. More than one of us should comment on it. I think we came to the right decision. This has been going on for a long time. I mean, it really has. I guess it's been about 10 months ago when it started, and I first talked to some legislators in Little Rock, and at that point in time, it didn't sound nearly as attractive as it sounds now. A lot of things have changed, and a lot of things have gotten better. I think we will see advantages coming from this that we wouldn't have as long as we would have continued to be a critical access hospital. Change is hard, and change is unnerving, but I think we did a good job of evaluating all the pros and cons, and I just want the residents and the patients and the supporters of the hospital to understand that we really think that this is a positive move and will be in the best interest of the hospital. And you know, hopefully we will see an influx of some cash. And I'm going to correct one of the things that was said in the paper because I don't want the mayor to take any grief over this. The mayor did not give me permission to do this. The mayor told me how I should handle it with the city council, and the article said the mayor had given us permission, and that's not the case. This was strictly a decision of this commission. Okay. Other than that, I always thank the staff. The staff has been tremendous. They always seem to be upbeat. So, the next workshop meeting is on November the 4th at 12 noon. It'll be at 25 North Street. Our next regular meeting is on November 20th, 2023, 6 p.m. at this location. If there's nothing further from anyone, I would request a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.